Welcome to Profiling Evil by Mike King. Tonight, we're going to be jumping into another Court TV segment with Vinnie Politan. I want to thank the Court TV family for allowing us here at Profiling Evil to rebroadcast this session. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the missing person case of Maya Millete, a mom from Southern California who disappeared under some pretty interesting circumstances. When you're done watching the video, I hope you'll take a moment and put your comments down below of what you think may have happened and what you think law enforcement should be doing at this time. Thanks for watching.
We haven't heard from her since then. We don't know whereabouts.
Maya's sister says it's not like Maya to just leave without contacting anyone. She disappeared 6 days ago and didn't show up for work this week. She also missed her daughter's birthday.
She's unlike her to miss her daughter's 11th birthday.
Maya's husband told ABC 10 News that they got into an argument last Thursday and she left to, quote, blow off some steam.
We've been having, problems. Now that, she missed our daughter's birthday, there's something keeping her from contacting us. So my sister-in-law is, I don't really try to think about that stuff because it's like mind-numbing, but I'm trying to stay positive.
It appears she took her phone but is not responding.
I'd like to text her, I don't know if she's getting it, but I say, hey babe, at least let us know, or call someone, just at least let us know you're okay.
Maya Millete's family has tried everything to find her, from searches at local parks to a Facebook page and multiple flyers with her pictures, even deciding to hire their own private investigator.
Yeah, we're still here waiting for answers. We have no answers. We have no leads to go by.
Richard Droulet is Maya's brother-in-law. Mary Chris is her sister.
It's been really a nightmare. It's been an agonizing, painful, it's heartbreaking.
Maya's car is still at home. There's been no activity on her bank statements and her phone goes straight to voicemail. ABC 10 News spoke to her husband Thursday, who said he spent hours Wednesday night working with detectives from Chula Vista Police trying to find his wife, saying he is grateful for all of the search efforts.
Say a little prayer for her so she can return to us and to her 3 children.
It's been 3 weeks and this case still unsolved. Let's bring in former homicide detective and the host of Profiling Evil, the podcast. Chris McDonough is with us. Also with us, retired police commander and the co-host of Profiling Evil, Mike King. Mike also recently authored the book Deceived, an investigative memoir of the Zion Society cult. Great to have you both back on the program. What I want to do right now is have you both listen to Larry Millete, the husband, kind of go through the timeline from the weekend that Maya disappeared, and then let's take a look at it, poke at it a little bit. Here's Larry Millete, who spoke with our affiliate KGTV.
When did you first notice that May was missing?
Saturday morning.
Okay. And tell me...
Her parents came by.
Mm-hmm. Just tell me, kind of walk me through like the last time you saw her and what was going on.
Thursday night, we got into a kind of an argument, and we've been having problems, for about a year. We kind of been up and down and stuff like that. But after that, I give her space. So
just tell me, so you got into an argument, and then the last time you saw her was actually in the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Thursday.
So she didn't take a vehicle.
No.
No one saw her leave.
No, but on Friday, I could still hear her, but I didn't physically see her when I got home. But that's like normal too, because we have lots of bedrooms and it's a 2-story house, and we kind of I give her space. So, but that's why every time someone says Thursday, yes, it's physically, or visually see her, but for me, it's Friday night. I can hear her wrestling around, making dinner for herself in another bedroom, and I'm sleeping with the kids in another bedroom.
Okay.
So upstairs and she's downstairs, kind of deal, kind of like a roommate thing. It's kind of like giving each other space. Well, sure. I don't need the space. She always wants the space.
Got it. So it was like Friday, and then you left or went somewhere, and then came back, and she wasn't there, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I left her with my two girls because they do their homeschool,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just had my son with me. So when I came back, she was still there on Friday. We can hear her downstairs, like after I'm done giving the kids baths and feeding them and everything. And on Saturday morning, when her parents came by, her door was locked. I found the keys to the bedroom, and I opened it, and she was already gone. So maybe she went to a morning sunrise hike.
All right, guys, that's the timeline set up by Larry Millete. Chris, reaction to that?
The first thing that jumps out at me is obviously, they've been having some type of marital affairs problems, for about a year now. They have obviously segregated themselves inside of the house to where she is locking the door to her part of the house. And then he presents himself initially as the victim, that he's, her roommate, he's given her space. She always wants her space. So those types of initial statements, listening, Vinny, I'd say there's some red flags there right now.
Mike?
Yeah, I think the thing that I was really troubled by, number one, is that they can go for several days without seeing each other. I guess it will be the testimony of the children that tell us whether she really was downstairs giving them baths and things on Friday to give us that some kind of an idea that she actually was there during that time. But then I'm really troubled by why it takes the parents showing up on Saturday to finally say, oh, let's find the keys and go into her room.
So on my podcast, the Court TV podcast, we had Susan Constantine on, who's a deception detector and body language expert. Obviously no body language here, it's an audio recording. But she listened to this as well. I want you to hear her take and some of the things that she noticed as well.
Sure.
I went through it line by line item. So let's begin with, when did he notice May was missing? And then he responses, he has his response to that. But if you notice the first two questions that were asked, he's very quick. He doesn't add any additional information. He's just very vague. I mean, he didn't give you any additional information. And then he gives you information that's not asked of him. So he starts talking about the arguments that he and his wife are having, and then he goes on to say it's been going on for a year. So that's why is that important? It's because it's information that the interviewer didn't ask him. So again, we're trying to figure out what he's thinking, how fast he's thinking, how he's processing information, and for some reason, he felt he needed to inject that into his story for a purpose. So that's important information. The question is, why does he want us to know that he has been arguing with his wife for the past year? He's trying to set us up to that what happened in her disappearance wasn't something that just happened one time. It's been ongoing for a year.
It's interesting, right, Mike? Because he is volunteering and adding a lot of information that's not really a direct answer to the question.
Yeah, I've always liked the way Susan tears things apart, and I think it's the idea of not just what's being said, but what isn't being said, and volunteering things that are coming up. But he clearly establishes, and I hope that there will be other evidence to establish that, okay, there might be traits, characteristics, behaviors in her life where she might check out and say, I've got to go away for a bit. But is it really something that goes on for 2 or 3 days? And was that precipitated by the fact that they haven't been communicating? They've been having stresses in the marriage, all of those things. Again, I go back to, well, why has it taken 3 days to figure this out?
Yeah, Chris, is it possible to take the timeline established by Larry Millete and then match it up with any sort of digital footprint to see if it kind of is consistent or inconsistent?
Yeah, and that is possible for sure. Obviously, what they're going to be looking at, initially going in, is they're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And, as we talk about, obviously, all the time, the victim continuum, high, medium, low risk, and then environment, situation, and circumstance. And So in this situation, she's on the very low end of that. So they're going to focus on, evidence in relationship to digital forensics. They're going to probably collect his car in terms of the air filter, because if it's a moving situation, they're going to want to match that up to any type of pollens or any type of evidence like that if it was a body dump, hypothetically. And so, yeah, they're gonna start there, Vinny, for sure.
We're at 3 weeks, Mike. We only have a few seconds here, though. Are we at a critical stage now, or are we past the most critical stage?
Yeah, no, and I don't think we're out of time yet either. But as Chris was talking about that, it makes me want to just also remind everyone that the moment she steps out of the house, or the moment the dynamic in the family is increasing and there's more stress in the family, her risk level starts going out. If she did go for a morning walk, holy cow, the chance of an opportunistic predator grabbing her is huge. And so we can't discount that either.
All right, Mike King, Chris McDonough, Profiling Evil. Check it out on YouTube. Great to have you guys back in the show. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Vinny.
Thanks, Vinny.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that particular segment, and I want to once again thank Court TV and the crew there for allowing Profiling Evil to rebroadcast this episode. If you ever feel uncomfortable, folks, about your home situation, talk to your mental or medical health provider. And if you need someone else to talk to, get a hold of your local police agency. No one should feel unsafe at home. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and, of course, ring that bell so you get notified of things when we put them out. And until we talk to you again, please be safe.